Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Malin Havefjell, and today's video I'm going to talk about how to set the price on products that you sell. And I will use an example where you are manufacturing your own, let's say, bracelets. And you have been speaking to your customers and they are willing to pay around 500 Swedish kronor for this bracelet. For you to be able to sell this bracelet, you have started, let's say, a Shopify webshop, and they, on average, it costs around 10% of your income to sell an item through their platform. And for you to be able to create this bracelet, you need to purchase materials. And on average, the material for one bracelet is around 25% of the income. And you also need to do some administrative work to be able to sell this bracelet. It can be marketing, of course. We have the bookkeeping that I'm really fond of, and other administrative costs. And that is, in average, around 15% of your income. So then, what is your income if we were going to start in that way? We have seen that your customers, they are willing to pay 500 Swedish kronor for your bracelet. So we start in Sweden. And in Sweden, they also need to pay the VAT. And on a bracelet, that is 25%. So we need to include that in the price that your customers are willing to pay. And in this case, that is 100 Swedish kronor, meaning that your income for the bracelet will be 400 Swedish kronor. So when we calculate the VAT, we always calculate it on the income. So if you sit with your calculator, you can take 400 times 25%, and then you will see you have 100, and that is what your customers are willing to pay. You're selling this through your web shop, so you probably need to send this in like an envelope or a parcel or something like that to your customers. So we say that the freight to send this is 60 kronor. Oh, sorry. This means that the total extra cost that we add to your income will be 160, meaning that your Swedish clients, to get your bracelet, need to pay 560 Swedish kronor. That is a little bit higher than we see that they want to pay, but maybe it's still in the what they are willing. But now we say you have this Shopify business, and you are also advertising your bracelets to other countries outside in the world. So let's say you now have a client in the USA. What will the cost be? They are also willing to pay around 500 Swedish kronor for your bracelet. So you will of course not add the Swedish tax. So actually you can promote this to your US clients as 400 Swedish kronor. But before they receive your bracelet, there are some costs that they need to pay. Of course, we have the freight, and let's say it's 110 Swedish kronor that it will cost you to send the bracelet to the States. I think that is a little low calculated, but just in my example here, we take that like that. And now we also need to be aware if there will be any tariffs or custom. And today, when I do this video, the custom fee to bring something in from Europe to the United States is 15%. So double check if that is the correct percentage when you do this calculation. We calculate this on the cost to purchase the bracelet and the freight. So 400 plus 110, that in average, not average, I round it off to 77 Swedish kronor. And in the States, the customers also need to pay sort of a VAT, but it's actually called sales tax. It's an extra tax. It's like two different taxes. So one tax for like the national, and then you have another tax that is for each state. So depending on what state your customer lives in, the sales tax can be different. But in average, we say it's around 10%. And this will be calculated on the cost, the freight, and the tariff. So if I round this off, it will be 49 Swedish kronor. In total, we will then add, let's see, 246 Swedish kronor on your cost, meaning that your American clients need to get this bracelet, they will actually need to pay 646 Swedish kronor. That is a little bit higher than they actually wanted to pay, and especially if you promote your bracelet exclusive the Swedish VAT and say it costs 400, then it is quite a big jump from what they were willing to pay. So maybe you need to lower your costs because you are the one who want to pay this for your clients. But do you want to do that? Let's see. What will you have left when you have paid all these, let's say the standard costs to be able to create this bracelet? What will you have left that will be the amount that you receive for your working time, so for your own production? So here we can see it's 50%, meaning that the cost is 200. And before you have the difference, the 200 in your pocket, you also need to consider the income tax here in Sweden that you need to pay on your income. And just to have an amount here, this depends what the tax is, depends on what kind of company form you run, and in which municipality you live, and a lot of different things. But just to have a little average, this will be quite close. So around 30% of your profit will go to tax. So before you have the money in your hand, you need to take that away. This means that you receive 140 Swedish kronor for manufacturing that bracelet. I don't know how long time it takes for you to do that bracelet, but maybe you think, yeah, this is the lowest I can go to for me to do that bracelet. And if you think that, then you will not be able to lower the cost for your clients because all these other things needs to be added. So there are things to think about. Is it possible for you to bring some of that cost so you take care of them, or don't you want to go lower on your own, like the labor time, that your salary, so to say, for creating that bracelet? If you feel this is no, I can't go lower than this, then please be very clear in your marketing that this might need to will be added, so they know when they purchase your bracelet that there will come extra fees. So they give you the 400 and then they need to pay this to other companies for them to get your bracelet. In Sweden, we are quite close, but maybe they only want to pay 500, so that is like the top. So then perhaps you should bring that 60 in, and then of course you need to lower that on your own salary. How this should be done, that is up to you and what you think your time, what value your time has. And also, of course, we need to consider, okay, how much does our clients want to pay? If they don't want to pay this, then we don't have anything to sell. Yeah. Maybe you can work a little bit harder on your marketing then, so they actually want to purchase your product or service, depending on what you're selling. Yeah. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions on topics that we can discuss in future videos. And if you need help, if you feel that, oh, can we look at my circumstances, please, and give me some numbers so I understand them with my company or my business idea, then you can of course book a meeting with me. You do that on my website www.havefjall.se, and then we can discuss this together, looking at your company. Yeah, let's see each other in the next video. Bye bye.